There is a specific kind of person who is always busy, but never feels accomplished. They are the ones who will spend 4 hours choosing the right font for a presentation, or 3 days drafting an email that should have taken 10 minutes. To the outside world, they look like high achievers, driven, disciplined, and meticulous. But if you look closer, you see the cracks. You see the projects that are 90% finished but will never be released. You see the hobbies they gave up on the moment they weren't instantly good at them. You see the constant, low-grade exhaustion that comes from living under a microscope of your own making. Many people think perfectionism is about wanting to be the best. But in psychology, we know the truth is much darker. Perfectionism isn't a quest for excellence. It's a sophisticated suit of armor. Today, we are going to decode the perfectionist's paralysis, the hidden psychological shield used to protect a heart that feels like it's never quite enough. Phase 1. The origin of the shield. To understand the paralysis, we have to look at where the high standards began. For many, perfectionism is an inheritance of worth. It often takes root in an environment where love was conditional, where praise was only given for the A, the trophy, or the clean room. As a child, your brain made a survival calculation. If I am perfect, I am safe. If I make no mistakes, I cannot be criticized. If I am flawless, I am worthy of being loved. Over time, your amygdala, the brain's fear center, became wired to see a B- or a small mistake not as a learning opportunity, but as a direct threat to your existence. Perfection became the price of admission for belonging. Sign 1. Procrastination as protection. The clearest sign of this paralysis is productive procrastination. For a perfectionist, starting a task is terrifying because once you start, the possibility of failure becomes real. If you never finish the book, it can't be a bad book. If you never launch the business, it can't fail. Your brain uses procrastination as a buffer zone. You tell yourself you're just waiting for the perfect moment or more information, but what you're really doing is staying in the safety of the imaginary. As long as the project stays in your head, it remains perfect. The moment it hits the real world, it becomes vulnerable to judgment, and that is what you are truly avoiding. Sign 2. The all-or-nothing filter. This is the psychological trap of dichotomous thinking. To a perfectionist, there is no good enough. There is only perfect or failure. You catch a single typo in a document and suddenly the entire project feels ruined. You have one cheat meal on a diet and decide the whole week is a waste, so you give up entirely. This filter is a defense mechanism. By setting the bar impossibly high, you give yourself a subconscious excuse to quit. If the standard is impossible, then failing isn't your fault, it was the standard's fault. It's a way to protect your ego from the messy, middle-ground reality of being a human. Sign 3. The internal auditor. Behind every perfectionist is a voice that never sleeps. In psychology, we call this hypercritical self-monitoring. While you are working, part of your mind is floating above you, narrating every move with a sneer. That's a stupid idea. Everyone's going to see through you. You're a fraud. This is the prefrontal cortex overcorrecting for a perceived lack of safety. You believe that if you criticize yourself first, and more harshly than anyone else could, you can beat the world to the punch. You are trying to outshame your critics. But the result is a state of constant internal tension that eventually leads to total burnout. Breaking the paralysis. You cannot fix perfectionism by working harder. You can't outrun a shadow. The solution is to move from performance-based worth to presence-based worth. First, practice the rule of 70%. Deliberately aim to do a task at 70% capacity. It will feel physically uncomfortable at first, like an itch you can't scratch. But you are teaching your nervous system that imperfect does not equal danger. Second, separate your doing from your being. You are not your output. You are not your bank account, your GPA, or your job title. You are the one who experiences these things, not the things themselves. When you let go of the need to be flawless, something remarkable happens. You actually start finishing things. You move from a sharp, cold laser of judgment to a warm, steady light of curiosity. You realize that the world doesn't need your perfection. It needs your presence. If you are tired of being a prisoner to your own standards, understand this: your mistakes are not flaws in the system. They are the system. They are the evidence that you are participating in life rather than just managing it. If this felt like a mirror today, leave a comment about the one project you've been holding back on because it's not ready yet. Let's make today the day we choose done over perfect.